Hello, my friends. My name is Ron, and I'm so happy to be with you today. God is doing amazing things. This is This the Spirit Moves, and topic of this discussion is how I met my wife. I'm sure a lot of people have curiosity about what made you the man that you are today, or what makes you the woman you are today, aside from being saved and having salvation. I remember we're going to have a giveaway soon at the end of this month. This horse's head, candy cane, is going to go to some lucky individual. There's going to be a random drawing. And if you want to know more details, go to the bottom. It'll tell you the details you must have to get involved in the drawing. I got so many messages this last week. It just blessed my soul to hear from you. It helps encourage me. And I'm here to help encourage you. How I met my wife. That's an interesting story. Prior to meeting my wife, I was not walking Christian life at all. I was off and on with a relationship with a woman named Kathy for 6.5 years. Date for a few weeks, they break it off, then come back and date on and on and on for 6.5 years. And then I had another woman on side besides that one, because times when Kathy was not with me, I wanted someone else to be with me. I was living a sinful life, pure sin. No laughing, no grinning about it. It was pure sin. And I was not a Christian at all. Kathy and I went out, the final date. We went out and we had a good time. Went to a park. And they had some kind of airboat show. And we enjoyed the day together. At the end of the day, she said, "I don't want to see you no more." I said, "Why? We had such a nice day. Why don't you want to see me?" She said, "I don't know. I just don't." So I said, "Fine." I said, "But let me tell you, this is the last time." I said, "What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ask God to forgive my sins, and I'm going to find me a Christian wife, and I'm going to be married." She said, "Yeah, of course. Goodbye. Don't let the door hit you on the way out." To me, I felt a relief because I thought, now I can finally get committed and seek God's forgiveness. I went home, I laid on my floor prostrate before the Lord. Arms out straight to both sides, prostrate on the floor and begged God's forgiveness. With all sincerity, yes. And I said, "Lord," I says, "I really would like to find someone special in my life, someone that's a Christian." Now, I was going to a group called Christian Mingles. As a group, it's a dating site for supposedly Christians, but their morals are so loose. I probably went on Christian Mingles for maybe 6 months to a year. And I just wanted to get no place to it. I would contact people, and this is where I met Suzanne the first time, my wife now. And this is where I met her, and she had her profile, and your profile tells you something about yourself. And she said something like she's a Christian woman, said that she was a Proverbs 31st woman, and she was striving to find a Christian man in her life to be with. Now, I'm not such a good poet. She left a big profile. I left a little profile. I said something like, "I'm a Christian man. I'm seeking to find another Christian. Pick me." No, I didn't really say pick me. But then I left my phone number. And after a few weeks, I seen a picture of her. She seen my picture. And she said that before we met, I thought she looked so sweet. So we had phone contact for a while there, a couple of messages, and she told me, she said, I don't want to talk to you no more. I said, so why? She said, well, I met someone else, and I want to see if, give him a chance, see where it goes. I'm telling you, people, do not burn your bridges. I said to her, okay, fine. I appreciate you taking the time to meet my friend. Good luck. And I meant it, really, good luck. So I went on with my wife, with my life. I was working in a business office. I was working midnights. My days off was Monday and Tuesday. I wanted to meet a Christian woman, but I couldn't go to church because I worked on Wednesdays as well as working on Sundays. I was desperately looking for a Christian wife. After not having good contact, with Christian mingles, not having good success with that, I decided to withdraw, to quit. But I didn't do it the right way. So I got another month bill, and I said, wait a minute. I called them on the phone, and I said, I quit. Well, they said, you have to do it a certain way. So I quit, and I still had months. The woman said, Kristen Meals, she said, you still have the month to go before it cancels for good. Enjoy it. So I did, and I searched to keep, I made a couple comments, a couple people, nothing clicked. Most of us Christian mingles are surface Christians. It sounds good, but it's a generic term, Christians. They're not Christians according to God's standard, and not even to mine. I mean, really. So she told me, my wife told me, Suzanne, she said she wanted to give it a chance with them. The guy said, fine, good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for. And then she called me probably a couple of weeks after that. She says, do you remember me? I says, yes, Suzanne. I had her phone her phone number listed, so I knew when she called who she was. I usually delete people's phone number when I'm not going to be seeing them no longer, but I forgot to do this with her. So I said, yeah, I remember you. And she said, well, you want to get together sometime? I said, yeah, perhaps. And we talked on and off a couple of times. It was going to be a Labor Day weekend. And I talked to my boss, and we had 2 days to be off for the holiday. And I said, I'd like a third day off. I want 3 days off. He said, why? Do you have any plans? I said, no, not really. I said, no, I don't. I just want 3 days off. So he says, okay, you can have the days off. No problem. So I went home from work, and I was sitting about what I'm going to do for the next 3 days. Watch TV, a video, things that's not much of an interest, really. And then I got a phone from Suzanne, a phone call. And she said, I'm no longer with that guy. She said, I'd like to see you, if you want to get together sometime. I said, sure. So how about tomorrow night? This is going to be on Friday night. This is Thursday night. She said, so how about Friday night? I said, sure. She says, I know a movie I want to take you to. It's a man's movie, a lot of action packed. She said, how about we get together then? I said, sure. So we met at the cinema center that night, and we talked. And after the movie, I already seen the movie prior to seeing it with her. So the movie, I was kind of looking snatches at her, trying not to be so obvious. I already seen the movie. I knew what was going to happen, but I was kind of looking at her, and I think she caught my stare. Anyways, the first date, we went out after the movies. We had Subway dinner. We walked around the whole parking complex, which is quite a large walk. And we went to my pickup truck and pulled out a CD I had on love songs of the 70s, love songs of the 70s, all kinds of beautiful love songs. I said, I'd like to play a CD for you of some of my favorites. And she's okay. So we spent about an hour playing some of these songs, and I said, I told her I went to the Renaissance Center earlier that year. I said, "Have you ever been there?" And she said, "No." She says, "But it's been a while. I've been there before, but it's been a while." I said, "When would you like to go?" "Just tomorrow." That was Saturday. The next day, I said, "Great." When I asked her when, I didn't think she was going to tell me the next day, but I had the time off. One thing in my planning to meet a woman, I'd like to tell you, never lie. Tell the truth. Don't build yourself higher than life. It makes you think a person's a giant when they're not. Tell the truth. I'm a man, nothing more. I love the Lord, I want to serve him. But tell the truth. Do not bend and fabricate yourself to be greater than you really are. It will catch up later. So, Kathy, my wife, Suzanne, and I, we told the truth to one another. No exaggerations at all. So we went out the second day and we went to the Renaissance. And we sat down and says, "I got something I got to tell you." She said, "What?" I was prophesying. I said, "The Lord told me that we are supposed to be together and I'm supposed to take care of you. We're supposed to get married." She says, "How do you know?" I said, "God told me." She said, "Okay." And then we went around the Renaissance from there and just, the day kind of, went on. But I had a talk with her the second. I was not planning to have a talk with her. After second date, get real. So, on the third date, the final Sunday, I was going to be off. I'd go to work the next day after that. The third day in a row, our third date, we went. She had me come over and she had homemade dinner, some kind of special stew, homemade. And she played a CD, a movie, Love Comes Softly. So we enjoyed that movie. We went to the park and we walked around the park on the trail a little bit. And then we went back to her place and we talked some more. And I don't know what happened. No, I'm really telling you the truth, really. I do not know what happened. But I found myself on my knees in front of her saying, "Marry me, girl, marry me." What? Marry me, girl, marry me. I don't use the word girl referring to a woman. And you surely don't ask to marry you on the third date. And I said like a dozen times, once you get it out of your mouth, you can't take it back. Oops, I didn't mean that. After the first time, I knew that I wanted her to marry me. She says, "I don't know you that much." I said, "Yes, you do. You know all you need to know." I said, "We can continue to date. We can continue to see one another. And you can get to know me some. This is who I am." I showed her my bank book, everything. So we had a wonderful time. Then we talked about marriage. I said, before I left the third date, I said, "You don't have to give me an answer. As of next week, come to my place where I live. We'll go out and look at rings. No pressure." I said, "But can you give me some encouragement tonight?" And she said, "Well, I do love you." I said, "Fine." So we parted the ways. I went back to work. I thought of her every night. On the way back to work, I went by Co-America's Tiger Park, and they had the festivals, the lights and things going off, fireworks. I thought, oh my goodness, fireworks to top it off. I thought, this is wonderful. A lot of people didn't know that prior to meeting her, I said, "God, show me what you want me to do." And God gave me a dream. In the dream, he showed me three things. He showed me a big pile of money. And then he showed me fame. People patting me on the back, being very important fame. And he showed me success. And all these things. This is, what would you like to have? Pick one. I said to the Lord, I said, I really want a good woman in my life, a wife. And all that so happened, it just fell into place. I couldn't have put it together myself. It was unplanned, but it turned out to be like it was God's plan. I'm sure it was. Well, we dated for 2.5 months before we got married on October 20th, 2012. 2.5 months. She talked to her pastor about the situation, and he said, you're going to be seeing him for 2.5 months. Find out who he is. Spend time with him. You should know by then. Search your heart. Pray about it. And that's what we done. Now we've been married over 8 years now. It's better than ever. We went through some very difficult struggles together with health problems and things, attacks right from the beginning, but it was true one to another. I want to tell you a scripture, Proverbs 31:12. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She brings him good, no harm or danger. Proverbs 31:26. She speaks with wisdom, and faithfulness, instruction is on her tongue. She speaks with wisdom, and faithfulness, instruction is on her tongue. Look at that. Is that wonderful? And it says in the Bible, Proverbs 18:22, he that findeth a woman findeth a good thing. Friends, I don't know what kind of situation you're in. A lot of people marry for the wrong reason, and they find out it's not the perfect marriage at all. Some people, they marry because of reasons of loneliness or whatever. If you're in a marriage, you can make it work. God would have blessed that. Only, pray everything over. I want goodness of God to shine upon you, the goodness of God. I got a question, and my question for this week is, what do you want God to do for you? What do you want God to do for you? Is it sickness, a problem, financial troubles, lost loved ones? What do you want God to do from you? And give me an answer. I'll be glad to hear from you. God bless you, and have a wonderful week.